Welcome to Fish News. I'm Sid Rosie reporting fish news on channel Fish News. We have 4 stories tonight. Updates on Disney World's aquarium, Banksy fish tank art, Stuy Aquarium destroyed again, and SeaQuest closed another location amidst allegations of animal abuse. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Fish News. Disney World's aquarium in EPCOT has finally relocated their dolphins to the Gulfarium Marine Adventure Park. This concludes the Dolphins in-depth tour, which was a 2-hour backstage tour and dolphin encounter. Some rays and 2 schools of fish have been added to the dolphin tank instead. The aquarium decorated their tanks for Halloween, which is the ultimate crossover episode of my favorite things. The first decoration I noticed was a bat floating from some fishing line. They also added some orange leaves, a human skeleton reaching out of the ground, a seahorse skeleton which actual seahorses were hanging onto, orange Mickey hats and witch hats which the sea urchins were wearing, skeleton arms, small pumpkins in the baby cuttlefish tank, and actual pumpkins in the turtle talk tanks. One had Boo carved into it with an eel coming out of the last O, and the other one was carved to look like a house with the words Puff's Place, Puff being the pufferfish that lives in this tank, of course. Stay tuned for our next story about one of Banksy's latest pieces, which is something I did not think I would ever be reporting on. Welcome back to Fish News! New Banksy artwork appeared overnight in London on a police box. It seems he used transparent spray paint to turn the police box into a fish tank full of piranhas. Some were lucky enough to get close-up pictures before barricades were put in place around it. The City of London Police worked with City of London Corporation to decide what to do with it. It was seen being taken away, supposedly to an auction. Let me know in the comments what you think the meaning behind this artwork is. Our next story also involves an aquarium on the side of the road, believe it or not. Stay tuned! Welcome back to Fish News! We previously covered the Stuy Aquarium, a puddle caused by a leaky fire hydrant, which was turned into a goldfish pond. In new news, the city's Department of Environmental Protection was seen removing the fish, gravel, and decor from the pond. They then paved over the area with concrete. They did this to ensure pedestrian safety and said they will work on finding a new location for a pond. Some were happy to see the pond go, like the fire department and fish nerds like us, but the Stuy residents were very upset by the loss.
It brings the community together. People from all walks of life come by and stop, and we get to meet and socialize with different people. It's just a nice thing.
They decorated the area where the pond used to be with pumpkins and candles and created a new pond, which is also overstocked and too small for goldfish. I'm happy for the Stuy residents, and like I said before, I would love to see fish on the sidewalk, but those goldfish are bound to suffer in these conditions. If they used a handful of platies instead, they would look exactly the same, but they would be able to live their full lifespan comfortably in this environment, and the water would stay a whole lot cleaner. Stay tuned for our last story about the end of SeaQuest's Texas location. Welcome back to Fish News. Have you heard of SeaQuest? If you haven't, lucky you. It's an aquarium chain that is being accused of animal abuse, human injury, and potential disease hazards. It's quite the trifecta there. Its location in Fort Worth, Texas has been closed to the public and removed from their website. Employees were told in a handwritten note to leave their shirts and badges at the door. The chain has allegedly starved and neglected animals, failed to give otters rabies vaccines, prevented animals from getting sunlight and fresh air, and an alleged 1,000 fish and other animals have lost their lives at the Folsom location since its opening in 2018. Since ABC News has started investigating this company, they have closed 2 locations and still have 5 open. In June, the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection ordered SeaQuest to change its practices and pay a $2,500 penalty. The cause of the Fort Worth closure was reportedly incorrect water temperatures as low as 54 degrees for tropical fish, overcrowding, toxic levels of ammonia, gouramis developing fungal infections, a black-tipped shark developing a curved spine and struggling to swim due to improper conditions, and other neglect and abuse. I hope these animals can find a proper environment to heal in, and I hope the remaining 5 locations close down. Malls and aquariums just do not mix. This has been Fish News number 5. Thank you for watching. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments which story was your favorite, and I will see you in the next one. Peace and love. Stay tuned for our last story about the end of... Well, babe.